In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly the best and number one passive secret income stream of 2026. This is a play you probably have never heard about. So in this video, you definitely want to get out your pens and your notepads because we're going to get deep into how to actually get passive income. First of all, if you don't know anything about me, I've been doing business for the last 10 to 15 years. I remember my very first customer was my dad. I was giving haircuts at the age of 12 years old. In the last 15 years or so, I've done a lot of businesses, tried to do a lot of passive income. I've bought the single family houses. I've done multifamily. I've flipped homes through wholesaling. But there was one strategy that I learned that changed the game for me financially and gave me the confidence to actually feel financially free. And that is using your money to get more money. Now, it's not what you think. It's not starting Amazon FBA or drop shipping or anything like that. There's an arbitrage model that goes directly into cash. And the best thing is it's actually truly passive. You don't need to work for it. You don't need to get clients for it. It's something you do every single week and you get paid and you actually see the results. And by the way, did I tell you the time to actually learn this can take you literally an hour to two? Yes, it's that simple. Because for you to really understand how this works, you really need to understand how money works, okay? Money flows upwards to the person who can multiply it the most. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's take a hotel. Okay, the person who cleans the rooms, the janitor who sweeps the floors, they get paid the least amount of money. Not because they don't work hard, they're actually the hardest workers in the building, but because they don't have the ability to turn $1 into two inside of that business. Then let's go to the managers. They make a little bit more, right? They're managing the employees, the front desk people. They make more because they know how to turn money into more money. How did they do that? By actually managing people. So by managing people, they are creating a system that turns the employees' time into more money for the business. So they're making more money. And then you go all the way up top to the CEO, right? He's making the most money because he's managing the whole organization. He's creating the vision and he's multiplying money that way. Well, what if you could get CEO level income from the comfort of your own home and your computer? The only way to do that is not real estate or learning another side hustle. It's about learning how to turn your money into more money. And the tool we use is the market. The reason we use the market is because the market is technically the money store. It's the money marketplace. If you're looking to buy food, right, you go to the grocery store. That's the food market. If you're looking for a car, you go to the car dealership or the car market. If you're looking to make money quickly, reliably, without a lot of stress, you need to go to the money market. And the only place where money moves up and down to the tune of 380 trillion contracts sometimes every single day is in the market. So here's how we're going to do it step by step to maximize our income and lower our risk. Number one, you've been taught about buying. You've heard about options before, or you've heard about buying stocks or day trading. Most of those are buying options where you're putting your capital trying to multiply it. And there is a space for that. There's a game for that. But if you have to start from the beginning, passive income starts from income generation, not income outpour. So you have to use the cash you have now to secure cash in the future. How do you do that? By renting it out. You see, unknown and unpopular people, real estate, where you buy property and you rent it out, can also be accomplished in the same way in the market, where you rent your cash out to get more. The difference is there's no toilets, there's no tenants, there's no FICO score required or a deposit. What you need is your cash being put in a brokerage where you can sell it or rent it out for 1 to 2% a week at the low end and generate cash. I did a trade today where I actually rented out my cash for 1.7% in a day. What does that look like in real numbers? I put several $1,000s in the market and I got paid about $230 for the day. It might seem very little, but I want you guys to realize the power of that. That means in a single week, I'm making $750, sometimes $800 a week with only $8,000 in cash. That's the power that you can make when you're renting out your cash on a weekly basis. Now take that further, right? With about 30 grand, you can be putting somewhere around 2K a day or 2K a week in your back pocket. Now let's actually stretch that out even further. With about 36 grand, you could be putting about 4K a week in your back pocket in passive cash flow, where your money is doing the work for you. No middleman, no time to wait, no loan approval, just pure profits. So how do you actually do this? Well, it's by a method that I call the on-call babysitter method, more commonly known as a cash secured put, okay? One of the ways you do this, guys, is that you find a stock at a certain price. I recommend doing ETFs or companies in the S&P 500, and then you pretty much guarantee or ensure a particular price on that stock. Well, let's use an example. Let's say Apple is at $160 a share, and somebody says, hey, I want insurance in case Apple drops below $100 in 5 days. I want insurance and I'm willing to pay for that insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called premium. That is our version in the market of rental income and passive cash flow. The trick is you want to give a short amount of time with the probabilities in your favor. So for example, you'll say, hey, Apple right now is at 160. I'm going to ensure that Apple is at 100 or below. So if Apple doesn't get to 100 in 5 days, I get to keep the rental income, the premium you paid, okay? So just like insurance, they pay you premium, you get to keep it. And because the chances of Apple dropping literally 50% in 5 days is so low, it's almost like guaranteed income. Yes, anything can happen. Yes, the floor and the sky can fall out tomorrow. But guess what? Even in the worst case scenario, all that happens is you get to buy those Apple shares at $100 a share. So your worst case scenario is you get the shares cheaper, but that premium you got paid, that rental income you got paid, you still get to keep. This is why this is the best passive income method in 2026 and beyond. And by the way, this is nothing new. Warren Buffett did this in 1993 and generated $7.5 million in profits, right? Also, in 2008, he wrote a letter to his investors and he said, I'm proud to announce Berkshire Hathaway has made $4.1 billion in 2008 by selling options and generating cash. So the question is not whether this works or not, or whether the rich do it or not, or whether the 1% do it. The question is, why aren't you? If your money is in a savings account or an IRA or under your bed or in any type of vehicle that is not providing you weekly cash flow, which is the difference here, we're getting paid every week on this money, then you need to change your pace. You need to change what you're doing. That being said, I literally recorded a video breaking this whole strategy down, and as a founder's price, I'm giving it to you for literally 27 bucks. Go through that, and literally within 5 days, you can have money in your back pocket, passive income, by renting out your money for cash. Instead of dealing with toilets, instead of dealing with tenants, you're literally renting out your cash directly in the market and generating pure cash. And here's the beauty. You're generating more cash than you ever will in real estate. Trust me, I know, right? I had a property that I bought for $87,500. I was getting $1,200 a month in rent. After mortgage expenses, everything, I was only making $250. Literally, that's nothing. I made that today, literally almost cash with my money with only $8,000. Here's a caveat. I had to put $25,000 in down payments and improvements to get a rental ready. With 1/4 of the price, I'm generating the same cash amount that I would make every month in real estate, except now I'm doing it every day. Does that sound like something that you want to miss out on? I thought not. So grab the link below for sure. Sometimes I do a free training. You can check that out in my link as well. And if you have any questions, comment the word below. I do another free video specifically on this method, this on-call babysitter method called Cash Secure Plus for Beginners. You want to check that out here. Chat soon.